Hi everyone and welcome back to the Obvious Response channel. So this is the 26th episode of the Farming Simulator 22 series, and I was just going through the shop and I saw this Fendt 942 Black Beauty, and I've just bought it and I'll keep it here for purely photogenic purposes until I find a use for it. But yeah, it looks really good. It's a nice looking machine. So in the previous episode we were working on the fields, and since we already had 3 episodes of field work, I didn't want to stretch that any longer. So that's why I completed it was only the stone picking which was left on those fields. So I have completed that off screen. So all these fields are now ready to be planted. And another thing I did was I built this small shed over here, which currently has our planter, one of our stone picker, the fertilizer spreader and the plow. So I leveled this a bit because it was not that uneven, but it was a bit uneven. So I leveled this and built this small shed to store some machines on the upper part of the map as well. So all our machines have now returned back to the farm after uh, long months of work, I should say. So our land spreader is here. And we will be diving headfirst into the planting seasons, starting with cotton, of course, and we will not have much to do as far as field prep is concerned in the coming months. So we can focus more on planting or getting the crops in the ground, because we have done all the hard work, most of the hard work, and what is left now is the seeding and rolling. So let's give these guys a huge round of applause and a quick wash. Because they have been out in the field for months now. So a JCB has also become part of the farm. It has bonded well with this stone picker. Alright, so for now the next thing which we need to do is get some sleep, obviously, because we haven't slept in months in game, and when we wake up it will be um, time for planting cotton. So it will be February, and we just have one job to do, and that is to seed cotton and roll it. So our roller is still here. We will take it up to field number 19. But yeah, so I think we need to wash the mulches. You can see the paint wearing out on it. So the silver color underneath is starting to show. So might need to be repainted later on. But yeah, so nothing much to do for this month. Our fields are all free of stones and they are ready to be seeded. I still need to plow field number 39. Yeah, 39 and 42. But since our plow is here at the upper part of the map, we'll get to that later. Apart from that, I think everything is on point. Field number 34 has stones in it, but we don't own that field as of now. Field number 29, again, we don't own it. We don't own field number 11 or 8. Field number 1, I've managed to plow it, but I still need to pick stones from it. So all the fields that you see which has stones are not owned by us at the moment. So let's head back to our farmhouse and take a quick nap. So let's start early at 7. Yep. And the first thing we will need to do, or we will do, is straight away jump into our planter here. So one thing to remember is that for grain crops, I mean for crops such as cotton and beets, both type of beets and your potatoes, so the seed consumption is far more quicker than it is for the grain crops, and it is pretty bumpy here. Not sure we want to look into that maybe later, but let's get our planting started first. So the first crop of cotton that we are planting ourselves on the map. So our spinnery is right over there at the top of that mountain. That's the reason why we have planned to have our cotton crops here, so that it is easier to transport it. So I will set the AI working on this. And I haven't adjusted the speed on it, so just give me a second. So let's take it up to 30 as usual and continue. So that's our cotton seeds in the ground, and we will need to refill them for sure. I'm pretty sure about it. So for that, what I plan to have is, because since we have a shed here, we can also have a seed container alongside. Probably place it, I mean, I don't want to block any entry or exit, but yeah, we can probably place it here. Rotate it just a little bit and place it here. So if we run out of seed, we can quickly come here and refill it. We can do another one for our fertilizer as well, but I'm not entirely sure where I want to place it. Probably place it here or here. So it's overlapping with, I think it's overlapping with our pressure washer. So let's sell this for now. Yeah, should be okay right here. And go ahead and refill both of these. So solid fertilizer in this one and seeds in this. So if and when we do run out of, we can quickly come here and refill it. So that's the cotton plant, cotton seeding underway, and we will need to bring our roller up here. So let's figure that out as well. So we can probably use I want to have a powerful tractor because there is a slope on those fields. So yeah, we'll probably take the class here. And I think okay, our grass definitely does not want to get harvested because it's still not ready. Maybe we are just too impatient and it takes a while. So I'll get the roller out, try to get it out. And we can take this up to field number 19 there. So I'll probably send it to that shed for now, and once we are done seeding, then we can start the rolling. So I'll probably just send it here. I stop this. Yeah, So this is coming along nicely. We need to have bigger tractors up here because we have this giant slope where smaller machines will struggle for sure. And looking at the production chains, so our flour is, our grain mill is again full. Fabric still coming along slowly and nicely. So we need some flour over at the bakery. Sunflower oil, yeah, we will need to collect that as well. So we have to do some collection jobs while this is getting seeded, and you can see it's already 60% full and 40% is gone in just this part of the field. So yeah, let's get to collection in the meantime. So I'll start with the grain mill because it has stopped working altogether. We'll take the JCB over. So that's our first partial collection run completed, and I have become sort of a self-taught expert on flipping the overturned trailers myself. So yeah, our seeder planter tank is empty, so we will get this refilled. Yep. And get the fertilizer refilled as well since we are here. So pretty handy building these two silos here. And the shed as well. But yeah, let's align it back to where it was. Yeah, and it's back on its way. So I think it's almost half the field, and we have used 1 tank of seed. So that's 2000 liter of seeds already used. But yeah, let's get back to our produce collection. So need to put this in the silo, and we will have to take a look. I think our silo would be pretty much full. Yeah, almost. Yeah, 160 slots out of 250. So I mean, yeah, we can still leave it as it is for a while, but eventually we will have to take some things out of it. About eggs, let's check on eggs. So that's everything collected for now, and our roller is already at field number 16. We need some chicken feed, but yeah, we either have to buy them or wait for the barley crop on these fields. So nothing is ready to harvest. Our seeder is getting along nicely, again almost at 50% tank. So it takes a lot of seed, but yeah, again we will have a lot of cotton. While this is working, we can look into other things that we want to do. So the first thing is we definitely want to look into some of the areas for production chains that we want to place. So we've already placed a shed here, and since this area is mostly designated for cotton, so we do have some place here, but it is hardly leveled, so not sure how useful this is going to be. So for potato processing plant, we can use this area right beside field number 35 here. So this might need some leveling, but overall it is close to the road and it is pretty leveled. So this is the area that I'm talking about. And if we go into production and we see, because this is again not a small building, but yeah, if we want to place it, this should be as good a place as any, although I think we will have to level it a bit, otherwise part of it, yeah, especially where that tree is, we will need to level that area a bit, otherwise I think it's pretty evened out. So that's our potato processing plant. It's a big building, but yeah, once we have potatoes and now we have some place to store our oil, different type of oils that we will get eventually. So in case our bale silo does become full, we will have some place to transport those pallets. Yeah, so that's our potato processing plant, and that will in turn designate field number 35 and 36 for potato crops. Field number 30 will be for oats, 28 and 29 for corn, 26 for sunflower. We still haven't looked at field number 25. Field number 27 we can use, we can plant corn and then use it, uh, use it as forage for silage later on. So that is one of the production chains that we wanted to make. So we have done that. The other one which I want is the soup factory. So we have two, we have the preserved food factory and the soup factory, but last we checked, soup was more profitable than preserved food. So although soup will also take potatoes along with red beet, carrot and parsnip, this does not take potato, it just takes so if we don't have potatoes, then we can have three types of soups. Yeah, zup zup soup, and this will definitely be somewhere on the upper part of the map, and it has begun snowing again. Our our cotton plants are in the ground. So this is done. And we already have a bale, and I think we should get two bales from this, although I'm not sure. So our yield bonus is 94, 95, 95%. So for some reason it is two shades of fertilizer. Not sure why. But let me see if we can have another coating of fertilizer here. If it will accept it. Looks like it's not registering the second coat. So that's something which I am not sure why it has happened. Okay, so let's roll the field for now, and maybe then we can try fertilizing it again, see if that works. Bring this inside. This roller has been decent enough. I mean, I haven't felt like buying a bigger roller because this has been doing the job perfectly. So let's see if anything changes. Nothing changes. Okay, so let's roll this field first, and at places it's just showing 75% yield bonus, which is not good at all. But again, this field was not completely prepared by us, but still 73% is not a good score. Here it is 95%, and I'm assuming this is the area which is double fertilized. But as we head up, it goes as low as 73% and fertilized 50%. So we might have to look into that, if we can do a second round of fertilizer on this field. Otherwise our cotton harvest is definitely going to be impacted by as much as 20%, because most of this field is only single fertilized. Anyways, so let's keep that rolling for now. And yeah, we did establish our potato processing plant, and now we can look into some other production chains that we might need. For example, the soup factory. So soup factory will need potatoes optionally, but it will need carrots and beetroot and parsnip. So we have designated this area here. Field number 9 is for grapes for sure. So we have sugar beet, sugar cane, potatoes that will all go into the ground at the same time. parsnip will go in April, carrots will again go in April, and red beet. So these three, which are the ingredients for soup, will go in the month of April. So we can have three of them here or three of them here. And we don't have a sugar factory on the farm, sugar processing plant. So we will need to make that too. So we can probably build it over here and have our sugar beets in field number 10 and sugarcane in field number 11 if it is available by that time. And on this side we can go with soybeans, olives. So we will have plenty of fields. So talking about cotton, we might as well include field number 14 here. So 95%. So that's fine because we will roll it. It looks like this is up to the mark, but not sure what went wrong with field number 19 over there. Anyway, so we'll let this run, and then once the rolling is done, we can try to apply fertilizer again to field number 19 to see if that works. Apart from that, we don't have much to do at the moment. We have done our collection run, so everything is collected and in the silo. We will look into more production chains. So we have this area alongside field number 13 is here. So what we are basically looking for is leveled ground. So that we can have, but this is all sloping. It's not leveled anywhere here. So this is somewhat leveled, but not sure if we own it or not. Field number 15, we don't own this area here, and this is the one which is leveled. So we might need a truck to go around a bit. this is one level piece of land here, and this is here. We don't own it. We can buy it. Similarly, we can buy this land here. So if we do want to make something, let's say our soup factory, okay, let's move ahead. And try here. So let's buy this land. And it's not gonna let me place it here. How about now? Yeah. And if I place it here, our collection point is also above ground. Let's go ahead and do that and have a quick look. So this is above ground, practically hanging. Rest of it looks fine, but this will need to be Might have to remove it and place it back again. So this is the area that we want to level. And then let's try that once again. No, this is not it. Yeah, looks good now, although I might have placed it just a bit closer, but it looks fine. Could do with a touch of paint. Okay, so this will not let me paint it. Or create anything here. Okay, so that looks pretty decent. It's probably the best that I can do. Mm. Okay, let's leave it at that. Don't want to mess it up more, but yeah, I think that looks pretty decent for our soup factory. So we have that in place, and this looks pretty bumpy for some reason. So let's try to smoothen it out just a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that at the moment. And our roller is almost done with the field. So we have put down 2 production chains today, the one with the potato processing and the other is the soup factory, although we don't have any ingredients for any of these production chains for now, but since we have very little to do when we are seeding and planting crops. So we will go around the map, look for preferably for flat pieces of land where we can put down a couple of more production chains. So we will try to get as many as possible so that we can use all of our crops and grains in the production chains rather than selling them directly um, at different shops. And once we have done all that, I mean, once we have planted um, all grains and all different type of crops, once we have taken a look out at most of our available production chains, I think that is where I see the logical end of this series. But obviously that is going to take a lot of time and a lot many episodes. Uh, so yeah, so that is all for today's episode. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If there are any suggestions, as always, you are most welcome to leave them in the comments for me to have a look at. Until next time, this is me signing off. Take care. Cheers. Bye bye.